Hi everybody, my name's Robert Bradley. I'm the Key Account Manager at Caterer.com and I'm joined today with Natalie Cash from Peach Pubs, who is the Recruitment Manager. We're going to be talking about the activities they've been getting up to while on furlong and how they've kind of their approach moving forward with the current crisis. So, hi Natalie, thanks for joining us today.
Lovely. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thanks, not bad. The weather's certainly pretty awesome, isn't it?
It certainly helps.
So, what was your experience like then at the start of all of this?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously, I think the sort of realization of what was happening kind of was dawning on people at very different times. But I think certainly in terms of how Peach reacted, we were sort of hearing horror stories of sort of these real strong knee-jerk reactions to the news of the fact that everyone was going to have to close, and speaking to lots of people in the industry that were getting fired via email, and were really sort of uncertain as to what their future looked like. It was really interesting seeing how Chris, the ops director, and Hamish and Tony, our FD, you know, the first thing they did was say, right, we are going to look after the people, and we'll work out the financial stuff afterwards. So we were all paid in full. They topped up all of the sort of higher earners' salaries in that first month, and sent out a really clear message that they were going to look after the guys and us first, and see what happened further down the line. So it was actually a real goosebump moment where we talk about our values so often when we're at work, and we talk about those to new people coming in, and it was an incredible moment to sort of see that we really do live by them. We had two new general managers that hadn't even started with us yet, and they have been on our payroll and furloughed under Peach, and given, you're absolutely going to be part of this team when we reopen, which again was a lovely story. So it was a really
Yeah.
good reaction, and I think we've all felt very, very safe during a time that is really quite nerve-wracking for everybody, personally and professionally.
Yeah, sure. So what's your approach then for sort of returning into work? Because obviously things are starting to sort of ease down now a little bit, aren't they? So what's
Yeah,
your kind of
yeah. So Chris and Hamish have been working throughout the whole time, and they are going to. We obviously have some government guidelines which we will adhere to, and we really are very good at that stuff. But obviously, we will be taking out some tables and making sure that people can dine really safely with us. I think that's absolutely key. We've got some. We've got our menus ready to go. They're going to be slightly simpler. There's going to be less on the main menu so that we can run our kitchens with less chefs so that they can safely work together. And then we're going to
oh
have
nice.
more emphasis. Yeah, we'll have more emphasis on specials, and our chefs. We've got an incredible team of chefs, and actually, really, well, it's just nice that when we closed down, we had a team of really solid guys that know Peach very well. So we're not reopening with any head chef gaps or any nervousness in that respect. And with the reduced menus, it means that because they have free reign on their specials, and we will be doing more specials where we can react to the weather or the volume better, it means that there's lots of opportunity for them to get creative and keep that excitement alive. They're not just coming back and doing the same old stuff every day. So yeah, fingers crossed, hey?
Yeah, right. Okay, interesting. So that kind of brings me on to my next sort of question quite well, actually. So with regards to it being Mental Health Awareness Week this week,
Yeah.
how are Peach Pubs currently looking? So how are Peach Pubs currently looking at their employees' sort of mental health and how you're kind of approaching this, and how sort of what have you really learned from this experience that how you're going to sort of approach this in the future?
Yeah. Well, I think it was really interesting that right from the start, chefs can be known for being a bit moany. But actually, they all just really wanted to be at work, and I was quite surprised at how how excited they were about reopening again right from the beginning.
Oh,
And
great.
I did think, I wonder, when we do come back to work, it's going to be quite interesting how long the excitement lasts for, how many
Yeah,
weeks before
sure.
we go back to moody chefs. But we've done a lot actually. So we already had hospitality action within Peach for support with any issue, financial or mental health. So we already had that in place, but we also
Great.
started a hardship support email where anybody could contact somebody in Peach with a problem, and then the person who is most equipped to deal with that could help that person. So we have helped some people financially who perhaps went into this a little bit broke, and suddenly they're not getting their tips anymore and they're earning a little bit less. We've
Yeah.
managed to keep some heads above water financially, which I think that has quite a big impact on mental health. I think if you feel that you're out of control when it comes to money,
Yeah,
it
sure.
really doesn't help. Um, but we've done a lot to engage the team as well. So actually, the guys that are living in the pubs, they've treated our gardens like their back garden. So they've been
Oh,
doing
nice.
a little bit of weeding and having a sunbathe. And so in that respect, I think
Mm.
obviously with the weather being good, that's really helped. That in casa
Yeah,
is tu casa, they felt very much at home, and that the pub is their little safe haven.
great.
Um, we have been doing a lot for charity, and many of the guys have done an extraordinary job of getting involved in that. We've raised 20 grand for charities.
Oh, wow.
Um,
What were you
we
doing?
were we were producing 1,000 meals a week at the Fishes and 400 meals a week at the Star and Garter in Leamington for NHS workers and key workers. We've got 8 pubs that we set up as pub hubs. So guests could come and get a great bottle of wine and a lovely takeaway sandwich, or basically like a little deli, I suppose, selling
Nice.
peachy products, lovely branded cocktails. And the money that we raised from that went towards producing these meals for the NHS workers,
Yeah.
or for the charities where we've been able to actually donate some hard cash.
Yeah.
And we were really lucky. We had Aubrey Allen had been providing some meat for our meals, and a lot of our suppliers have been really generous in helping us to create something for the community and something
Yeah.
for our guys to do, because I think that's the lack of purpose every day is something that has a huge impact on the way someone feels, and being able to do something really worthwhile and give back, and see those faces that they get to know from the pubs. I think that's been incredibly rewarding for everybody, and an amazing story. It really does give me goosebumps to see what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Um,
It's definitely, I
along,
think you raised, yeah, I think you raised a really important issue there with regards to community. It's like, pubs are, of course, for a lot of people, the linchpin of a community as a whole. People will always go to the pub for whatever reason. And it's nice that by the sounds of things, Peach Pubs have a community inside the pub of staff that feel like they're really part of something that is, that really looks after them, takes care of them, and is there.
yeah,
And yeah, I think that's real testament to how you've run your business by the sounds of things.
yeah, no, it really is. And again, it just comes back to our values, and that's really what it's all about. And we haven't moved from that at any stage of this crisis. We've done a lot of fun stuff as well. So Chris, our ops director, he's a great DJ. So he's been doing isolation festivals and house
Oh, great.
parties. So he's been logging in and having a bit of a boogie on a Saturday night or a Sunday lunch, which has been amazing.
Awesome.
Fraser, who's one of our poddies and a huge character, has been doing a quiz, which is really difficult to do when you don't get anything back from anybody. But he's just been doing that online, and he does a cooking question where he cooks something and you've got to guess what it is and makes a cocktail. And So that's been really, really good as well. So we've really kept that communication open and carried on as normal in our teams, which has been really nice to see. So we don't all feel like, I think as we do go back to work, it's not going to be like, oh yeah, I remember you. We've all very much felt like we've been in this together.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you ever so much for your time today, Natalie. I really appreciate it. And to everyone else watching this, you'll find more of our videos on our social streams. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.
Cool. Bye.
Bye-bye.